Good morning, children. So, today we are starting our next chapter, that is chemical kinetics. So, in this chapter, we will see that in chemical kinetics, the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of the rate of the chemical reactions and the factor affecting the rate of the reactions and mechanism by which the reaction process is called the chemical kinetics. So in here we will see the speed and velocity of the reaction. We will study about that. Okay. So we can classify the chemical kinetics in various types that we can see. Very first reaction sometimes we can see the precipitation type of reactions. What is precipitation reaction? Suppose in case of two substances, they are reacting with each other and they can form a substance that is insoluble substance they are making, so that is not soluble in anywhere. So this is called the precipitation reaction. So in case of precipitation of AgCl, this is actually a very first reaction whenever precipitation will occur. So precipitation of AgCl is possible when AgNO3 will react with some salt like NaCl. It will react with AgNO3, it will form NaNO3 and AgCl. So for that one we can understand that it is a generally the precipitation reaction is a very first reaction. Okay, so for that we can study the speed of the reaction. In case of very slow reaction, like the rusting of iron, we know that what is rusting of iron. When iron reacts with oxygen in presence of air, then it is a rusting of iron, it is formed. And reactions also taking place with moderate speed. Generally the speed or velocity of the reaction, we will study about that in that chapter. Okay, so various types of reactions are there, like first order, second order, their rate are there, so that we will study over here. Now reaction takes place at moderate speed. It is that hydrolysis of starch. Whenever starch, it will react with water, then it will make that reaction which is taking at moderate speed. Okay, so now I am coming to our next topic, rate of the chemical reaction. So the rate of the reaction can be defined as the change in concentration of the reactant or product of the reaction in unit time. So we can write the rate of the reaction, it is the change of concentration of the reactant per time, or we can say the whatever product is produced in the unit time. So the rate of the reaction is measured over the definite time interval. It is called the average rate of the reaction. So one reaction we can consider that reactant to product. Here the arrow it is given, R is going to P. R means reactant and P is product over here. So average rate of reactions equals to, because reactions whenever reaction is continuously it is going on, that means it is indicating the concentration of the reactant will be decreased and concentration of the product will be increased. So rate of decrease of the concentration, that means decrease in concentration of reactant by time taken, it is also average rate of the reaction we can write. Or we can write the increase in concentration of product by time taken. Like we can write over here you can see that minus delta R by delta T, or we can write delta P by delta T. Okay, so minus delta, minus sign, it is used due to the decrease in concentration of the product. It is decrease in concentration of the reactant it is going on, and plus sign of product, it is indicating that the concentration of the product is continuously increasing with increasing time. Okay, so now we are coming to our next topic, that is instantaneous rate. So here we can write whenever that reaction, just we are starting in the reaction, that at the particular instant of the time it is called the instantaneous rate, as we can write it, minus dr by dt equals to dp by dt. That means the rate of the concentration of the reactant decreasing per unit time equals to rate of product or concentration of the product increasing with increasing time. That is why it is written minus dr by dt equals to dp by dt. Okay. So now we are coming to that rate of a reaction is always positive, since delta R is negative quantity and delta R is negative quantity, and it is multiplied with -1 to make the rate of the reaction with positive quantity. Okay. So rate of the reaction should be always positive because speed and velocity should be always positive. That is the reason. Now we are coming to the next point, that is unit of the rate constant. Unit of the rate constant, generally we measure like concentration of the reactant or concentration of the product by the time, okay, per unit time. So that means concentration of any substance, we can use the unit, that moles per liter, and for time we can use that, for that second inverse, that means second, so mole liter inverse second inverse we can write, or instead of mole liter inverse we can write ATM second inverse. Okay, moles per liter is the concentration of the substance, and that time, the unit of the time is second. So as it is there delta T by delta T per unit time as it is given, that is why second inverse it is coming. Now I am coming to the next topic, that overall rate of the reaction, how we can find it out, that we can see over here. Here one reaction it is given, that is A plus 2B, it will produce 3C plus 4D. A plus 2B, they are the reactants, and 3C and 4D, they are the products. So rate of disappearance of B, that means rate of decreasing of the concentration of the B, equals to 2 into rate of disappearance of A, because A plus 2B, the stoichiometric ratio, that is 2:1 for B, it is present in 2 and A is present in A1. So 2:1 is the stoichiometric coefficient, and 2 for B it is the stoichiometric coefficients, and 1 for A it is stoichiometric coefficient. So they are all called the stoichiometric coefficient. Stoichiometric coefficient for C it is 3, stoichiometric coefficient for D it is 4. So we can easily write by the stoichiometric coefficient the overall rate equals to minus 1 by 2, as it is stoichiometric coefficient is 2, dB by dt, or you can write delta B by delta T, as 1 is the stoichiometric coefficient of A. So we can write the overall rate equals to minus delta A by delta T, and equals to, we can write plus 1 by 3 delta C by delta T, as C is produced, C is the product, and D equals to, we can write for D plus 1 by 4 delta D by delta T. By this way we can represent the overall rate of the reaction. Okay, understood? So next we are coming to our next topic. This is the overall rate and instantaneous rate. It is given in a box, it is given already. Overall rate, how we can find out? By the stoichiometric coefficient, and instantaneous rate also we can find out by the stoichiometric coefficient. Just one thing you remember, whenever we are writing it with reactants, so that means minus sign we have to use, as the concentration of the reactant decreasing with increasing time, and whenever we are representing it with the concentration of the product, that means we have to use the plus sign, as the concentration of the product, it will be increased with increasing time. I think all of you can understand this point. Now we are coming to our next point, dependence of rate of the reaction. So how it will depend, the rate of the reaction can depend on the concentration, that we can see over here, the factors influencing that rate of reaction, that is concentration of the reactants, temperature and catalyst. So how it will depend on the concentration of the reactant? So of course we have already seen in case of the overall reaction rate or whatever reaction rate, we have already seen that whenever we are representing the reaction rate, we have to write plus minus sign, and also we have to write the concentration of the reactant and concentration of the product. Like minus, here we have already written that one, minus 1 by A delta A by delta T equals to minus 1 by B delta B by A, B, they are stoichiometric coefficient, because here the reaction it is already given in the top. A plus B equals to C plus D. A, small b, small c, small d, they all are stoichiometric coefficient of capital A, B, C, D respectively. So of course it will depend on the that concentration of the reactant and product. And one more expression we can also write, rate can be proportional to the concentration of the reactants and concentration of the product with the form of exponents. So just like suppose one reaction, here it is written small a plus b, it will produce C and D. So the rate expression for this reaction is, rate is proportional to concentration of A to the power x, concentration of B to the power y. So rate equals to, we can write proportionality constant, we have taken K, and A to the power x and B to the power y. So we can see that K is a proportionality constant. This is called also the rate constant, and the average equation, it is called the rate equation. Okay, and rate law, how we can define the rate law? So rate law is the expression in which the rate of the reaction, whatever it is represented in the concentration term of the reactants with some exponent power or some exponents with presence of exponents like xy. Okay, so which may or may not be same with the stoichiometric coefficient. Stoichiometric coefficient means that A, B, C, D, they are stoichiometric coefficient. So x and y, it can be equal to the x and xy, or it cannot be equal to the xy. Okay, and this xy, this concept is coming for the order of the reaction. So I think all of you can understand this point. Now we are coming to our next point. Just one that equation, important equation, it is given to NO plus O2, it will produce 2 NO2 gas. So rate equals to NO square, because 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient over here, and O2 here also see the same thing is happening, but Cl2 to the power half it is given. So that means half is the order of the reaction. These are called the order of the reaction. That exponent term is called order of the reaction. That power are called the order of the reaction. It is like the, in case of the previous reaction, it is of X order with respect to reactant A, and it is of Y order with respect to reactant B. Okay, so they are called the order of the reaction. We are coming what is order of the reaction, so that we will do next. So order of the reaction, it is given over here. The same thing, the rate law we are writing over here, A to the power x and B to the power y. So overall order of the reaction, it will be the sum of the exponents, these exponents x and y. So x plus y is the overall order of the reaction, or we can say the sum of the power of the concentration of the reactant in the rate law is called the order of the reaction. So I think all of you can understand which one is order of the reaction and which one is the stoichiometric coefficients of the reactants. Stoichiometric coefficient means just whatever the number will be written previously of the reactants, they all are called the stoichiometric coefficient. And order means the sum of the exponential term, or we can say that that x and y, if we take or sum of the power of the concentration of the reactants, it is called, in the rate law, it is called the order of the reaction. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever, and even the fractional order can be seen for some reactions. So next part we are coming that units of rate constant. Unit of rate constant, it is first of all that K is proportionality constant, already I told you, and this is also called the rate constant. So rate equals to K into concentration of A to the power X into concentration of B to the power Y. So K equals to rate by concentration of A to the power X, concentration of B to the power Y. Now what is the unit of rate? Already we know that concentration by time, that mole liter inverse by second, and into concentration to the power n. N is the order of the reaction, we can say nth order. Suppose for the nth order reaction, nth can be 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is possible. Okay, so this is the actual representation how we can find out the unit of the rate constant. So for zero order reaction, n will be 0. So concentration means mole liter inverse by second. 1 by concentration means 1 by mole liter inverse to the power 0. So it will come here mole liter inverse, second inverse for first order reaction, it will come second inverse for second order reaction. If you use this formula, then it will come mole to the power -1 liter second inverse. So concentration equals to, in one way we can write mole to the power 1 minus n liter to the power n minus 1 second inverse. All of you please note down it, mole to the power 1 minus n liter to the power n minus 1 second inverse. This is the unit of the K for nth order reaction. So whatever order of the reaction will be provided to you, suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, just you will put this value, that n equals to 0, n equals to 1, n equals to 2, and you will get what is the proper unit of that particular reaction. Okay, so I think all of you can understand this one. In our next video we will discuss the rate law for zero order first order reaction, and we will continue from here. Thank you. Have a nice day.